Hey guys, so we are going to get into Eidas' abilities and her updated weakness that I just found out about. For one, we're going to get into the manga because obviously it explains everything. But essentially, as a model was stating that Eida's abilities come from a god. And he's basically telling us that like these abilities cannot be obtained when ninjutsu it cannot be because ninjutsu is pretty much a imitation of shinjutsu, I believe that he was saying, and it comes from the god of Shiba. He's also in Suzuki. He was essentially he was just a regular Suzuki, but he's ate the chakra fruit so many times that he had basically became a god. And it's not that he's necessarily dead; his body just transformed into a divine being, which means he doesn't have a body. That's a hypothesis, but it actually makes so much sense because if you are a god, like you say, why do you have a human or alien or any physical forms? Essentially, he just discarded his body because he has no need for it. If you watch Bleach, he's basically the Aizen of this story. That's the best way to put that. As we get into Ida, though, her central abilities, as everyone know, is to make anyone, man or woman, fall in love with her. And you cannot fight this and you cannot stop it unless you are related to her by blood, or you pretty much have the karma mark, or you're in a Suzuki like everyone else. What I found out is that, for one, this is two lies to this. The first lie is that her ability did not come from Shiba necessarily. It turns out it could be a possible ninja tool that Amato had created. The reason how we found this out was because the Suzuki and Boruto confirmed that this is not an ability that he has ever heard of. He's been alive for many thousands of years and he knows all about Shinjutsu. He knows all about the abilities and everything that they can do. And according to him, he has never ever heard of this ability. I'm leaning towards it is a scientific tool because her ability is love. And I don't think it's love. And we're going into this about science and scientific ninja tools. You have to understand that humans have chemicals in their bodies. We have dopamine. Essentially, she's just raising your dopamine so that your body at least will physically be in love and mentally be in love with her and only her. And I would assume that if your dopamine is so high for someone, you would literally do anything they say. Pretty much a simp. She can just make people simp for her. But this is not a god-like ability. I'm pretty sure that gods can have this ability in the Naruto universe, but essentially it is actually not a god-like ability that was transferred to her from Shiba. This is an actual ninja tool. It hasn't been confirmed that it's a ninja tool. It's just been confirmed that this ability did not come from Shiba because it simply doesn't fucking exist. The only thing I can think of that is a scientific ninja tool, and it would make sense because whether it's in the Naruto verse, it could be in Dragon Ball, it can be in Bleach, for crying out loud. Humans do have dopamine in their body, and I would assume aliens have pretty much the same thing. Who knows? You know, they're aliens. But my point that I'm getting into this is that she's not necessarily making people fall in love with her. We do have chemicals in our body. Love is a scientific chemical. I don't want to get into the science behind this, but just understand that love scientifically is just a chemical in our body, and her ninja tool could be raising that to the max. And essentially, everyone just falls in love with her, quote unquote, because of this. Now, there is a weakness to this, and I finally figured out what it was because it was bothering me for so long. Because I mean, I started thinking about it. This is a scientific ninja tool. The science behind it makes sense. Even in real life, the science behind it makes sense. But the weakness to this is that if you love someone else, she cannot make you be in love with her. And the reason I came up with this is because it cannot work on Sarada and it cannot also work on the class rep. apparently it has been confirmed and stated and said by the class rep herself, that she does love Boruto and she has romantic feelings towards Boruto. Sarada, on the other hand, and this is how I came to the conclusion of the whole scientific ninja tool and the science behind this. Sarada has stated she has no feelings for Boruto and that she actually does not even like Boruto. Apparently, her body does, or at least she doesn't know that she has feelings for him. She is just simply clueless about it. She does not know. Just because she doesn't know does not mean it doesn't exist. It doesn't mean that the scientific chemicals in her body are not attracted to Boruto. And since the chapter and the manga is still going on this, I couldn't find too much information on how much you basically have to love someone. But when I was, thinking about it, essentially, this actually won't work on Naruto because he's married. We know how he is towards Hinata. It could work on Sasuke, but I only feel like it would work on him for a brief moment. The reason I'm saying is because, as we know, Sasuke is a dick. He is. I'm not saying he's a bad dude or anything. Sasuke is pretty cool, but when it comes to him and his wife, he's kind of a dick. The man literally disappeared and just like did some Goku shit and left her there with Piccolo. But he does love his wife. That we do know. So I can see it working on him for a brief moment, but not, forever, or not. He's not going to lose his mind every time he sees her. It's probably one of those situations where he needs to remind himself that, hey, I love my wife. I have a wife. I love her. I wouldn't want to be with anyone but her. And that I can say is 100% fact. But it's not going to work on him. It's not going to work on Naruto. Also, Mitsuki. Yeah, this is wild. I personally did not see this coming. And please don't be upset, guys. Just hear me out. It has pretty much been confirmed. Think of this as a Jason Blundell Black Ops Easter egg confirmation. Mitsuki does have romantic feelings towards Naruto. And before anyone gets upset, because I understand what's going on in the world and everybody wants everything to be gay now. He's been actually like Naruto. He's developed his own feelings towards he's developed his own feelings towards Boruto. This has nothing to do with Orochimaru, and I'm gonna get into this as well. For starters, this is not something Orochimaru can control. When he made Mitsuki, all of the Mitsukis he's made, he essentially wanted them to have a will of their own, a free will. He didn't make anyone straight. He didn't make anyone gay. He just made it a body. He gave it a brain. A brain obviously has a conscience, and he wanted them to do anything that they wanted to do. With this being said, and with us all knowing this is not something. They're not trying to make everything gay. They're not trying to do any of that. Mitsuki decided that he loves Boruto, and I'm saying love because, guys, if we look back at everything Mitsuki's been doing and thinking about Boruto and saying about Boruto, they've been throwing it in there in the most passive way possible. But they've been throwing it in there. The reason why I'm showing you this panel is because this is a vision that Boruto is happening of something that hasn't happened yet. It's in the future. Mitsuki is using his sage form, and I'm assuming because something has happened to either Naruto or something has happened to Boruto. Um, I can I'm probably going to say he's upset because something happened to Boruto and Kawaki did something to Boruto, and obviously it triggered him to use his Sage Mode. He doesn't want to use his Sage Mode. He doesn't even like using his Sage Mode. I'm pretty sure it can kill him, and he knows this. But as you can see here, he says, "You have managed to truly anger me." And then the next shot is obviously Kawaki right there, not giving two fucking shits about it at all. But if you notice something, Ada is not here. And obviously she's not there because she doesn't want to hurt Kawaki. I'm pretty sure she doesn't care who the fuck he kills. And it's been confirmed she actually used Boruto for Kawaki's protection. And her brother's not there either. But understand something. He is using his sage mode that can and possibly will kill him in the near future. And I don't see him using it for Naruto's sake. Because at the end of the chapter, Kawaki comes to the conclusion that he needs to pretty much kill everyone responsible, and that does include Boruto. He essentially wants to kill every single Osuzuki. Everyone. And it includes Boruto because he has the karma mark. If he didn't have it, we wouldn't have all of this going on. But sadly, he does. So that means now Boruto has to die. And again, he has feelings for Boruto. So you kind of just you didn't kill his best friend or whatever. You killed someone that he is in love with, and he is secretly actually in love with. But getting into all of that with Ida's abilities, even if she was there is nothing that she can literally do because Sarada doesn't know she has feelings for Boruto, but she does have feelings for Boruto, so it wouldn't work on her. Mitsuki loves Boruto, and I'm pretty sure he knows that, and he just doesn't want to admit it, but he does love Boruto, so it wouldn't work on him anyway. Obviously, it's not going to work on Kawaki or Boruto regardless. Pretty much she's not actually as strong as we made her out to be. The reason why I worked on Delta is a fucking clone. She doesn't love anyone. She doesn't. I'm pretty sure Delta doesn't even have like romantic feelings. I'm pretty sure Amado didn't give her romantic feelings to have for anyone, but he did make her a clone, an organic clone at that. So she does have dopamine, and that goes back into the whole scientific ninja tool that I was previously stating. Everyone else I can see it working on, and everyone else it has worked on makes sense because obviously they probably didn't have a man or a woman in their life that they just love to that extent. And again, I don't know the extent of affection you need to have towards someone else so that her pretty much scientific ninja tool can work on you. But essentially, it seems that as long as you like someone or love someone, at least from what I'm going off of, it's not going to affect you. I mean, that's about it.